This is the Whispering Voice. I've just had some more requests in poems and things. But firstly, I hope you're all okay. The weather is smashing here. It's beautiful, hot. The ground is becoming very dusty and like a desert. And that's only a few, just over a week of sunshine. So my hat goes off to people who live in places where they don't get water or rain for months. But having said that, it's very nice. So anyway, the first poem I'm going to read is from the Government 101. That's the person that sent it to me. And the poem is called The Old One. And it's been written by this person as well. So at the bottom, at the end of this poem, there is a little piece he's written as well, so I'm going to read that as well. So here we go. The Old One. He wipes the dust from his shoulders. He dries the tears of his soul. The purple glow that once helped him live, now the glow that is bright no more. In this world of which he built, in the power from which he crafted, he finds no comfort and no solitude, only emptiness and a wish for more. The life he gave and the life he sees, the wind and rain and the summer's breeze, all of his ants that he tried to please, all we do is mock and tease. So he washes our blood from his hands, he leaves us to rest in all our sin, and he that is she and us and them leaves this place how it began. Chaos may arise and hope may fall, but us the strongest ants still crawl. Our love and imperfections make it true, and the dust is left to settle here. So he and she and us and them tips their hat and straightens its brim. The work they've done may not be their best, but now we're safe, it's free to rest. We humans may not be perfect, and gods or higher forces that may or may not exist may not be wholly satisfied with their work. But we've come such a long way and still carrying on strong. It's the fire in us that makes us sure that what we do it right. So keep together because you're never alone, even if it's just you, because even then you still have you. And even if that doesn't seem enough for now, keep trying and people will flock to you. Because everything in us is everything we need. And everything we need is all we can give, and people appreciate that. So thank you, the Government 101. That was a poem called The Old One. This is another poem which has been sent to me by Lauren Charles Parks. It's a poem called The Silmarillion. The Silmarillion, yeah. By J.R.R. Tolkien in one of his books. It's quite a long poem, but I hope you enjoy it, and so I'll start reading that now. The leaves were long, the grass was green, the hemlock and bells tall and fair, and in the glade a light was seen, of stars in shadow shimmering. Tinuvelle was dancing there, to music of a pipe unseen, and light of stars was in her hair, and in her raiment glimmering. There Beren came from mountains cold, and lost he wandered under leaves, and where the elven river rolled, he walked along unsorrowing. He peered between the hemlock leaves, and saw in wonder flowers of gold upon her mantle and her sleeves, and her hair like shadow following. Enchantment healed his weary feet, that over hills were doomed to roam, and forth he hastened strong and fleet, and grasped at moonbeams glistening. Through woven woods in elven home, she lightly fled on dancing feet, and left him lonely still to roam, in the silent forest listening. He heard there oft the flying sound of feet as light as linden leaves, or music welling underground, in hidden hollows quivering. Now withered lay the hemlock sheaves, and one by one with sighing sound, whispering fell the beechen leaves, in the wintry woodland wavering. He sought her ever wandering far, where leaves of years were thickly strewn, by light of moon and ray of star, in frosty heavens shivering. Her mantle glinted in the moon, as on a hilltop high and far. She danced, and her feet were strewn, a mist of silver quivering. When winter passed, she came again, and a song released the sudden spring, like rising lark and falling rain, and melting water bubbling. He saw the elven flowers spring about her feet and healed again. He longed by her to dance and sing upon the grass and troubling. Again she fled, but swift he came. Tinuvelle, Tinuvelle, he called her by her elvish name, and there she halted listening. One moment she stood, and a spell his voice laid on her Beren came, and doom fell on Tinuvelle, that in his arms lay glistening. As Beren looked into her eyes, within the shadows of her hair, the trembling starlight of the skies, he saw their mirrored shimmering. Tinuvelle the elven fair, immortal maiden elven wise, about him cast her shadowy hair, and arms like silver glimmering. Long was the way that fate them bore, o'er stony mountains cold and grey, through halls of iron and darkling door, and woods of nightshade morrowless. The sundering seas between them lay, and yet at last they met once more, and long ago they passed away, in the forest singing sorrowless.